Namaste, everyone. Happy new day. Thank you for hearing the call and joining us for this divine appointment. This is Sophia and Pamela.
And Pamela here. Good day.
And Raymond is just packing up. He's made his way to Phoenix, Arizona, and he's on a journey of a lifetime. He did 500 miles on an e-bike, starting at Oroville, Washington. He's heading eventually to see his sons in Oklahoma. And if you'd like to see some of his footage, he's filming it. And if you'd like to give him some support, there's a link to his YouTube channel. And also the foundational articles for this session is in the description as well. And if you'd like to support us, there's links to do that as well.
Yes, every little bit is appreciated.
Yes. And
any donations would be welcome.
Yes. So come. Imagine sitting under this amazing, magnificent walnut tree in Pamela's backyard garden zoo. It's here supporting us in its beautiful spirit of walnut magic. Come as we embark on this new journey. It's like shifting our focus to shift into a new reality for ourselves, setting the intention to activate our true authentic self. Our true nature is to be in wholeness and wholesomeness, to be in well-being, but we've been focused on creating illness and sickness and death, and I'm just inviting us all to rise above that which we've created from the illusion of separation and after what we've created from fear, to rising above it, aligned with the source from where we came, aligned with the soul's intelligence, that infinite intelligent field that inspires life and inspires the seed to grow. This infinite intelligent energy that is already programmed with everything designed to fulfill us in joy, in happiness. When we're aligned with the natural world is naturally abundant, and everything that is created in nature is created to sustain us through life. And I'm just inviting us to align with that spiritual intelligence and allow that field, that energy frequency to go through our body and inspire the body to restore to its natural state, and also to flow through our life. And when we're aligned with that intelligence field that we call our intuition, our gut brain, our heart brain, our left and right hemispheres all aligned and balanced, we move into a world and life experiences where there's synchronicities and serendipities, and life just seems to flow with ease because we're listening to that inner voice of intelligence. And not like when we get into fear and thinking we have to analyze everything and figure everything out, we move out of alignment and we turn the dials to a different radio station. And so I'm just inviting us, this session is designed to tune the radio, tune us in to that inner intelligence that flows through all life. Can you imagine envisioning a world where we're unlimited and living life from the truth of who we are, totally present to the moment, where we're no longer pulling our stories, that which was created previous, so no longer held by the things that happened to us that has caused us harm, like wherever we've experienced some type of violent event, any form of abuse, whether it's mental, emotional, psychological, and our physical abuse, being able to recognize that and setting the energetic intention to be free from all of it. And all it really is aligning with that frequency of love, what we call purified love, ulu love, unconditional love, 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 unconditional love, and the intelligence that supports all life. And I'm just going to invite you just to say yes to that. So can you say, I choose to be the predominant creating force in my life? Anywhere where we've been victimized or where we're still being held as a victim to our circumstances, are we willing to say, I'm ready and willing to step beyond that, to integrate it and move into a new experience for myself, where the body is no longer in a state of pain, or we're not creating dis-ease in the body anymore, where we're totally in peace and harmony within ourselves, and then we project that into our external world. So completely being free from fear. So once you make the conscious choice to drop out of that thinking mind, that reasoning mind, the intellectual mind, and choose to align with your intuition, you are no longer like the tail that's wagging the dog. We're no longer influenced by the stories that are running in our field. We're empowered to our true nature and creating life consciously and conscientiously. Being able to have insight and foresight into what we're actually bringing forth into the world. Once you come to the realization that you decide and stop allowing yourself to be limited by the programming, by the stories running, that's when we become empowered. And enlightenment, the Buddha said, enlightenment is the resolving of all fear. So are you willing to let go of the fear, any form of fear, any story that's limiting you from moving forward with confidence? And that's what these sessions are designed for. And in order to align with that intuition, we want to create an environment of stillness and just setting the intention to hear that, align with that intuition, and setting the intention of actually following through when we do get those intuitive hits, and following through without question, and just asking in curiosity, wonder where this is taking me, and soon it will be revealed. You're really good at that, Tammy, following through.
Well, thank you.
And I'm just going to start today with a declaration and invocation. Superconscious, divine spirit within me, move me this day to my highest good. Move my mind, move my speech, move my body, move me in the direction of my highest good, and move everyone and everything in my field of experience to my highest good and theirs. And then we surrender that thinking mind, get out of thinking, and allow ourselves to be guided. And while you're, I'm going to invite you to find a comfortable place to sit or lie down, and while you're doing that, Pam's going to do the singing bowls for us. we're just going to wait for the plane to pass over.
It's a busy morning.
It is.
I should say a busy beginning.
We're starting the day with lots of activity.
Whatever sounds you hear, they're just mowing in the background, just as you relax into your space of openness, ready to receive, being ready to get ready.
So if you're ready to be free from the fear and be fully embodied as your true authentic self, and all you have to do is say yes and receive the energy frequencies of this session and just follow along. And what it is, we're just allowing that energy, life force energy, what people call chi, and there's lots of energy modalities out there, and Qigong is a good one, where you can where you can sensitize your body into being able to feel your own electromagnetic field. That energy that's around your body, people call it the aura. And then also, because we move energy, when we move that energy. And when we use the breath, we move that energy. And so we can use the breath as a tool to release energy and to get energy moving. And over many years, I was developed what is called the Taurus breath through inspiration, under meditation, and being guided by this source of life from the soul's intelligence. And the Taurus breath is because the energy flows in the form of a torus around the body. And so what we are doing is taking the information along with the air and the oxygen we're breathing and breathing it into our internal world, and then taking that internal energy frequency information from our internal environment world and breathing it into our external world, because it's at the core of who we are is just pure love, pure intelligence, information, knowledge, and we want to tap into that and then breathe that into our field. And because that frequency, the frequency of your light, the light body that you are, has the ability to transcend and transmute everything that's not of it. And it has the ability to transcend and transmute all that fear and release all attachment to people, place, and events that were disturbing and that caused disturbance and causes disease, wrong thinking, because we get into the way the unconscious works, or the subconscious, is we are programming it in every moment, but that part of our aspect of ourself doesn't have any discernment. It just follows direction. So it's like when we are unaware, we don't comprehend how we're actually programming that, our unconscious, and then we get into thought patterns that become our personality. And we can, once we learn fear or anger, jealousy, it's a pattern of thinking that's that I'm not good enough, or it's a way to try and recapture that energy frequency that we lose when we encounter somebody that's bullying us, or because we automatically develop a little story about ourselves, and each little idea has a frequency that accompanies it. Shame, blame, guilt, resentment, abandonment. And once we harness the ability to use that frequency within us, we can actually shift and be free from all of that. And so I'm just inviting you to say yes to being free, to being your true authentic self. That, we come into this world, we're conceived of this world and born into this world to experience life to the fullest, to the joy of who we really are, and enjoying life. And I'm just inviting everybody just to say yes to that. Yes, I come here to enjoy life and to be the master of my life experience with self-awareness. Because once we become self-aware, we can notice these patterns that aren't benefiting us, that we've been entrained into, right, through our experience of life. And if we can just raise above it and see everything from the soul's perspective, from the highest perspective of love, call it, then we become the master of our life experience. And so I'm just going to invite us to activate that torus breath. As we breathe in, we breathe out, and as we breathe out, we breathe in. Breathing into center point. And just notice what you notice. Notice if you can feel the energy as we are breathing into center point. This is the oneness breath, restoring to oneness, restoring to this present moment of now. All that actually exists is this moment where the breath is. And now we're going to use the releasing breath. So with the releasing breath, we breathe in through the nose, and we're just, every oxygen molecule, we're just going to set the intention and knowing that every oxygen molecule is resonating with the intelligence of the cosmos, of creation itself. And that oxygen, supercharged oxygen, is going into our body, and it's going to flow into the body. And I'm just going to invite you just to recognize where there's stagnation, where that energy isn't able to flow freely. And when we exhale, we're going to sigh out to lift anywhere where there's energy stagnated in the body. So breathing in the nose and just sighing and just allowing that energy to lift off the body. Another deep breath through the nose and sighing it out. Yes. And another deep breath. And just sighing it out. And I'm just going to invite you just to drop into that nice, easy breath, centering breath, torus breath. As we breathe in, we breathe out. And as we breathe out, we breathe in. And I'm going to invite you just to bring your awareness deeper into yourself. Just dropping into your center, into the core of who you really are. We're just going to drop into the 0 point field frequency, the void, the launching. This is a launching pad of creation itself, where awareness became aware of itself and desired to know itself through creation, through its manifestations. Now are we going to become aware of the light field? Thoughts are things, they exist as light. All thought potentiality, what we call the Akashic records. We're just going to invoke that field and the infinite field of awareness. Divine Spirit, the mighty I Am Presence, the Christ within. Some people call this God. It's actually comes by many names, but it's actually nameless. It's just a field. It's energy. life force energy, spirit. And now we're going to invoke your light field out of that field, your original template. The perfect idea in the mind of infinite intelligence. All that makes you uniquely you. We're just going to activate your unique gifts. Embracing your ego, your spirit, mind, ego, personality. Because without it, Source wouldn't have expression. And we're going to set the energetic intention of integrating the alter ego, everything that was created from fear. All alternate personalities, all disassociated aspects of self. And as I do this, memories might have come up, thoughts might have arisen in your mind's eye. I'm just going to invite you just to allow it to flash through like a movie reel, spinning through your mind's eye. And allow that film of that movie just to drop on the floor. And we're just going to sweep it into the fire of the central sun. Or it might even just zip off into nothingness. We're just setting that energetic intention that you're released from any attachment to people, places, and events that cause a disturbance in your emotional body. So I'm just going to invite you to think of an experience that's been a theme where the person or something happened, people, an event happened that is disturbing and that was traumatic, where you experienced severe abuse. And I'm just going to invite you just to say, I love myself when I think of that. And it might be difficult to say, but know that it is going to be life-changing. And everything that is. This is an access consciousness clearing statement. Just say yes to it if you're wanting to be free from that.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot and pock, all infinite shorts, boys and beyonds, times a gazillion. By the power of 3 times 3 times 3, I make it so, I make it so, I make it so, and so it is done, so be it. Just breathe and allow. And you might actually feel that energy spinning through. It's actually spinning through your entire energy, through all dimensions of you, all aspects of you, straight through to the beginning of the beginning, through all lifetimes, through your family lineage. Know that there is no limitation to this energy when we set the intention and allow it. You might even feel a third eye activation, heart activation. And you can put your hands over your heart, even or your spiritual heart, the high heart, the thymus gland. There's light coming from your palms of your hands as we're doing this here. And we can tap even tap our body. So I'm going to invite you just to say, I love myself when I think of being abused. And just breathe. And just notice what came up. And just allow it to be set free. Allow that light within yourself, your own light. No one else has power over you. You are the director of your own light. Anywhere and everywhere where you're still holding love away from you, would you be willing to allow that aspect, that inner child, to be embraced in love? Oh, that's good. Just say, yes, I accept accept self-love.
Yes, I accept self-love.
And just notice what you notice. There we go. Oh, that's so beautiful. Just noticing what's happening in the body, becoming that observer, and just surrender and allow. You are the source of your own love. You are the source of your own joy. And just say no to any experience that has attempted to rob you of that aspect of yourself. Ooh, that's good. And just say yes to being free of any and all resistance. So resistance is just thoughts that we're thinking that are limiting us because of who we believe ourselves to be. Buying into limiting stories. And we don't even have to go into the story. We just allow that energy to flow through, setting us free. And we can even say, I love myself when I think of being the abuser. Whether we intentionally or unintentionally did something that hurt somebody else. We're just setting ourselves free from it. And everything that is, right, wrong, good, bad, pot and pock, all infinite shorts, boys and beyonds, times a gazillion, by the power of 3 times 3 times 3, I make it so, I make it so, I make it so, and so it is done, so be that. Just breathe and surrender and allow. Open, soften, and allow. And what would it be like to totally surrender to love? To allow love in? And I'm just going to ask you again, are there any aspects of self that you're keeping love away from? None of it is your fault. I love myself when I think of being abused.
I love myself when I think of being abused.
And just notice what came up. And if a person, place, or event came up, just say, I love myself when I think of that. And if there's one primary abuser, you can say, I love myself when I think of, and then say their name, because you're going to empower your own energy to their name. And we're just going to set the energetic intention of pulling all that energy out of your experience and send it back to the source of it. And we're just going to set the energetic intention, I choose to recover my energy from that. And see what happens as soon as you say, I choose to recover my energy from that. And just allow all of that, who you are, to come back to yourself. Just breathing it into you and just releasing all that is not of you. There. Oh, that's a beautiful shift. And we can even say, I love myself when I think of and say the abuser's name, being abused, because only abused people abuse people. And just notice what you notice. And I'm just going to invite you to say that 3 times. I love myself when I think of, and then say their name, being abused. And just notice what you notice. I love myself when I think of, and then say the abuser's name, being abused. And we're going to go through all lifetimes, all dimensions, all realities, through all space-time and non-space-time, and do that quantum unentangling, setting your energy signature free. You might have had flashes in your mind's eye, and just inviting them to be integrated into wholeness, into wholesomeness, and seeing everything from the highest perspective of love. And just breathe, soften, and allow. I'm going to invite you to say, I love myself when I forgot that I was just love.
I love myself when I forgot that I was just love.
Yes, and just surrender and allow and notice what you notice. And we're sending that thought through all dimensions, all realities, through all space-time and non-space-time, straight through to the very beginning of the beginning, where we learn fear. And just say, I love myself when I think of that. And everything matters, right, wrong, good, bad, pot and pot, all infinite shorts, boys and beyonds, times a gazillion, by the power of 3 times 3 times 3, I make it so, I make it so, I make it so, and so it is done, so be it. Just breathe and allow that energy to spin, and we're just going to just observe it until it comes to stillness. And we're just going to invoke that infinite intelligence field, divine spirit, superconscious, treat all of it. Until completion. Now I'm going to invite you to stretch your arms out to your side with the palms facing upward, and with the left hand we're going to reach into the past with the left hand, going all the way to the 0-point field frequencies, the launching pad of creation, and invoking the light field, all thought potentiality, And then we're going to remember your original template of love, your unique energy signature. Your unique personality, spirit, mind, ego personality, and all the gifts that you came here to share, that only you can share in your unique way. And we're going to put all of that into the palm of your left hand. And then with the right hand, we're going to reach into the future and invoke your destiny, that which you're destined to fulfill, that spark within your heart, your desired reality, your desired experience, that which you came here to fulfill. We're going to put that in the palm of your right hand. And what would it feel like to be experiencing the truth of who you are, unencumbered by and unrestrained by fear, in full acknowledgement of the truth of who you are as pure potential? What would it feel like? What would that aspect of yourself feel like? And I'm just going to invite you to put your feet into their feet, into your future self, your hands into their hands, your heart into your future's heart, that one that knows how they got to that, to your destiny, to your desired reality. And now I'm just going to invite you to turn around and look at your present reality, where you are now. And I'm just going to ask you, is there anything, any interference, any interfering thoughts that are hindering you, interfering, and are you willing to be free from any of that resistance to being your true authentic self? And everything that is, right, wrong, good, bad, pot and pock, all infinite shorts, boys and beyonds, times a gazillion, by the power of 3 times 3 times 3. I make it so, I make it so, I make it so, and so it is done, so be it. Infinite spirit, superconscious, do you see that? Treat it, please treat it. It's being treated? Yes. Just allow, open, soften, and allow. And just breathing and surrendering to allow that. Now I'm going to invite you just to move your hands up until your hands are above your head, and then I'm just going to invite you to clap your hands together, past and future together, here, now, present, and bringing your hands down in the prayer position until your hands are right above the thymus gland. And the thymus gland is the master gland for the immune system, but it's also the seat of the soul. It's between the throat and the heart center, underneath your sternum. And I'm going to invite you to tap it 3 times, activating it. 1, 2, 3. And just breathe. And as you activated it, there was a wave of electrical energy that went to every mitochondria in the cells of your body. The mitochondria are little energy centers. You might have felt that. surge of energy. And I'm going to get you to take your tongue and tap it to the roof of your mouth. And just locking it in. Now I'm going to invite you just to put your hands in the Dove Mudra, or just put one hand over the other and put it right over the thymus gland as you flow light into the thymus gland. Aisha, that's Aisha. She's come to visit us. Putting her kitty magic. Sharing her kitty magic with us. I'm just going to invite you to think of all of the times in your life that you felt that you've had an awakening. It could be a third eye awakening, a heart awakening, Kundalini awakening. Could have even been through plant medicine, taking plant medicine, where you expanded beyond what you believed in that moment. Could have even been through ecstatic dance, where you totally let go of the intellectual mind, and that energy frequency, that chi was flowing through the body in a state of ecstasy, or through breath work. Or it could have been even a near-death experience where you actually were reintroduced to that frequency of love and that intelligence that's inside of each of it and every one of us. Or it could have even just been sitting around the table with our family members, just laughing and enjoying each other's company. Or it could be a memory as a child where you're just laughing and giggling for no reason except just for the sheer enjoyment of it, of that moment, being totally present to what is. Could have been a moment where you're out in nature and nature was reflected in that moment back to you as you. It's bringing up all of those experiences, all those memories, all those moments, those extraordinary moments, miracle moments. But in actuality, it's just who you really are. And just allow yourself to feel that fully. And just transcending and transmuting everything that's not of it. Just allow it to be transcended and transmuted in the light and love of your own self, your own soul, aligning with your soul's intelligence. And just say yes to being you, being authentically you. Empowered. I'm just saying yes to handing everything over to that superconscious mind, the infinite intelligence, the Christ within, to deal with everything. So your spirit, mind, ego, personality goes free to be joyful, harmonious, and loving, expressing youthfulness, vitality, radiant health, and wellness the way it is designed to be. Perfect health, perfect wealth, perfect body design and expression. And anything that's not that, are you willing to destroy and uncreate it? Yes. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot and pock, all infinite shorts, boys and beyonds, times a gazillion, by the power of 3 times 3 times 3, I make it so, I make it so, I make it so, and so it is done, so be it. And I give thanks under grace and by the law of one, the law of love, that it's here now in the perfect way, with ease and glory. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. It is done.
It is done. So be it.
So be it. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for joining us this beautiful new day. Happy new day.
Yes, and before you open your eyes, I'm just going to invite you to lock this in by taking your middle finger and your index finger and holding them straight, and then just bending them towards your thumb and just tapping your thumb to the tips of your fingers 3 times. 1, 2, 3, squeeze. Just locking it in, and then taking your tongue and tapping it to the roof of your mouth, locking it in. And I'm going to invite you to do that trigger throughout the day, because what we've just done is everything, all the epiphanies, all of the experiences that you had during the session are now linked to your autonomic nervous system. So we can restore the autonomic nervous system to this moment by just using that trigger. And do it throughout the day when it's easy, whenever you think of it. And then before you go to bed tonight, I'm just going to invite you just to think of your desired reality, being totally embodied in who you are, and then using the trigger, tapping your fingers 3 times, squeezing and tapping your tongue to the roof of your mouth, and just go to sleep with that, and just giving gratitude for all of the miracles that have happened, all the serendipities, synchronicities that have happened during your day, and go to sleep, and with the intention of finding out what your best step is to magnetize your future desired reality to you. So you're magnetizing yourself to your reality, and your reality is being brought to you. So you're walking into your destiny. Ooh, that's very good. And thank you for joining us. It's a beautiful day.
Happy new day.
Happy new day.
Today is a new day.
Yes. The past is the past. And every moment is a new beginning. And this moment is a new beginning. This day is a new day. This day is a day of miracles. And I give thanks for this new day of miracles. Miracles shall follow miracles, and wonders shall never cease. Let's breathe that in. Accept it. So thank you.